Meanwhile, addressing a media briefing today, Minister of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Development, Dr. Rajitha Senaratne, said that coupons will be issued to fishermen for them to obtain the fuel subsidy.
There are around 3,720 multi-day fishing trawlers that operate with diesel. Every such vessel will receive a fuel subsidy of 30,000 rupees per 2,500 litres. There are around 876 one-day fishing trawlers and they will receive 1,500 litres, which works out to 18,000 rupees per month. Moreover, there are 1,934 one-day fishing vessels that consume kerosene. Such vessels will receive a subsidy of 250 litres. Furthermore, there are 1,688 traditional boats that function with an engine, and these too will be given a subsidy of 250 litres. This will amount to 6,250 rupees. They can obtain fuel from any filling station by producing this coupon.
Meanwhile, journalists asked the minister whether compensation will be paid to the individual who died during a demonstration last week.
It has been said that compensation was paid through the Ministry of Defence. During police investigations, it was stated that swords, poles and petrol bombs had been discovered.
It was not stated during police investigations, instead only through media reports. I read that. We saw on television that swords and poles were being used.
If so, is it not a bad precedent to pay money to such criminals? Why did the police pay out money?
The deceased person is innocent. Most of the time it is not the thug who gets killed. He knows how to flee after attacking. It is an innocent person who gets caught.
Does that mean there was random shooting?
Shootings have been carried out in the country since 1954. This is not something new. It was done in every generation since the 1954 Hartal.
In business news tonight, Minister Ranjit Siambalapitiya says he is prepared for a debate with parliamentarian Dr. Harsha De Silva on the conditions set out in obtaining loans from the International Monetary Fund. At a media briefing in Colombo yesterday, Dr. Harsha De Silva challenged the government to engage in a debate with him if it does not accept that it depreciated the rupee, increased interest rates and increased fuel prices based on agreements with the IMF.
The government's policy is to ensure that state-owned commercial enterprises run efficiently and do not rely on subsidies from the treasury.
Cabral and Siambalapitiya state in this letter to Strauss-Kahn that they agree to cover the losses of the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation by the 31st of December 2011. If they say that they did no such thing, then I challenge anyone in the government, including the President, to come tell us that they did not make any such agreement with Strauss-Kahn. Tell Nivad Cabral and Siambalapitiya to come to any place for a debate and we will show you the story.
Siambalapitiya te enda giyan. Nivad Cabral te enda giyan. Avilla apit ekka ඕනෑම තැනක මේකට විවාදයකට එන්න කියන්න අපි වෙන්නන්නම් කතාව.
ඒ චෝදනා කරපු മന്ത്രിතුමා සමහර විට දන්නේ නැතුව එතුමා මේ වතාවේ ආපු മന്ത്രിවරයෙක්.
The parliamentarian who made these charges may not be aware of this as he came in recently. Actually, it was the UNP that took loans from the IMF on conditions which could not be revealed to the country in 2003. I am willing to go for a debate with him to discuss at length how they made agreements to obtain funds. We obtained these facilities with the Mahinda Chintana in mind while making provision for all high expenditures borne by the government for infrastructure and social development. We made agreements to continue our programs and the policy we have been following. I am prepared to engage in a debate with the parliamentarian at any time. The people of this country need to know. We expect important criticism from an opposition. However, it is unfair to level such baseless charges.
හැබැයි මේ වාගේ කිසිම පසුබිමක් නැති මෙහෙම චෝදනා කරන එක ඉතාමත් අසාධාරණයි.
Hearing of the case filed against former Army Commander Sarath Fonseca and his secretary, retired Captain Senika Haripriya De Silva, were postponed to the 13th of March today. The former Army Commander and his secretary have been charged with aiding and abetting army deserters and inciting them against the government.
Hearings took place today before Colombo High Court Judge Sunil Rajapaksa. Brigadier P.J.A. Veerasinghe, Colonel P.S. Athipola and Lieutenant Colonel L.P.R. Premalal arrived in court today to give testimony. This government has commenced what is happening in Syria and what happened in Libya by killing Anthony and Chilao. We call upon the army and the police not to condone these corrupt activities. Meanwhile, former Army Commander Sarath Fonseca was brought to a private hospital in Colombo for medical treatment today. The fisherman named Anthony in Chilao asked the government for relief and the government gave him a bullet. We praise Anthony and we condemn this murder with disgust.
More trouble seems to be brewing in the transport sector, with private bus owners demanding another bus fare increase on top of the 20% that was granted following the fuel price hike. The Lanka Private Bus Owners Association pointed out that they should have received a bus fare increase of 22% following the fuel price hike, according to the annual bus fare revision formula.
According to the national policy, both parties had agreed to revise bus fares in the month of June every year. In addition, the bus fare could be revised when fuel prices are increased. Thereby, following the strike launched by the private bus owners associations in the wake of the fuel price hike, the government allowed an increase in bus fares. However, the Lanka Private Bus Owners Association now claims that the recent bus fare increase only compensated for the fuel price hike and not the annual bus fare increase they are entitled to. The chairman of the National Transport Commission said that the recent 20% bus fare increase was done considering all factors and after agreeing not to revise fares in July. There are 11 other factors that need to be taken into consideration other than fuel. However, this has been announced without considering these 11 factors. Therefore, we will have to face obstacles in the future. The Lanka Private Bus Owners Association is aware that we will have to incur losses due to this. We believe that bus fares need to be increased by around 22%. When we inquired from the chairman of the National Transport Commission about this, he said that he did not wish to comment. We contacted the Minister of Private Transport Services, C.B. Ratnayaka, in this regard. He noted that the maximum possible bus fare increase had already been given to bus owners.
Deputy Leader of the United National Party parliamentarian Sajith Premadasa focused attention on the problems being faced by farmers in Parliament today.
With the increase in fuel prices, the price of the booth machine, which is used to cut paddy, has risen to 10,000 rupees from 8,500 rupees per acre. The cost of the tsunami machine, which is also used in paddy cultivation, has increased to 4,500 rupees from 3,500 rupees for an hour. The cost incurred by farmers who utilize water motors have also increased significantly. Through programs such as Apivavamu Ratanagamu, will provisions be made to provide a cost of living allowance for these innocent farmers.
Crops have not been damaged, hence there is no reason to give a cost of living allowance. 25% of the harvest goes to waste.
A kilo of nadu is purchased at 19 rupees, while samba is bought at 22 rupees a kilo. Is your government ready to provide a stable price between 35 to 40 rupees per kilo of rice?
The government stipulated price for a kilo of samba is 30 rupees.
My third question to you is, how long will it take to kickstart the farmers' pension scheme?
From the 25th of November, we will start the farmer pension scheme.
I am also involved in the farmers' pension scheme. Minister, please give a proper answer.
A debate arose in Parliament today between UMP parliamentarian Ravi Karnanayaka and the Deputy Minister of Economic Development, Lakshman Yapa Abewardhana.
You have given a tax break of 16 billion to the two Shangri-La companies. That means the land tax has been removed 100%. If those taxes were there, fuel prices need not have been increased. It was sold for 1.4 billion. This is immeasurable value. If that tax was not removed, then bread prices need not have increased, fuel prices need not be increased. The commercial corporations were privatized and then taken back and given tax breaks. It is not a problem how it was released or who it was given to.
When Sri
Lankans are paying taxes on fuel, is it fair to give a foreign company tax breaks? If the investment is large, then the taxes are there. There is no problem. When companies like Shangri-La are receiving tax subsidies, is it fair to tear down 38,000 homes in the Colombo district without taking taxes from foreigners? That freedom is given when houses are built with Sri Lankan companies.